So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with the
It's not good evening, Lee. Come on, you know what
What
it
is it?
is.
Is it a good evening?
It's good evening, Lee.
Good
Good evening to
evening! Good
everyone
evening!
here.
Yay!
Oh, isn't it good to say that again? Except it's
Oh,
not for Arsenal, though. Anyway, I interrupted your
no.
interview. Carry on. Interview? Thing.
Introduction,
Your
sir.
intro. Your intro. Carry on.
Look, this is so impromptu. We do not know even what we're saying at the moment. So let's
We never
let's
knew what
get
we were
into this
saying
properly.
anyway, regardless of what video we do. So that's
Do you
not
know
changed.
what?
But
Do you
go
know
on.
what, ladies and gentlemen? We are unscripted. We are uncooked, and all this sort of stuff. So I better introduce myself first, didn't I? You all know me. I'm Goonly Meads, or my friends know me as Lee. Hi. I am joined by the bushest man in sports entertainment today. He's here still. Porsche Bertie, hello, mate.
Yes, I'm still here. I've not moved since then. He's
Haven't
trapped me
moved
here.
since you
I,
left
I
us.
I I can't move for some reason. But yeah, I'm here. Big breaking news has just happened. It is semi-Arsenal related because it involves one of our former managers, and it's quite a surprising one, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, no kidding, mate. No kidding. So, as we kind of alluded to right at the start there, Unai Emery has been appointed Aston Villa manager. He's going to take over as of the 1st of November. So that means that they'll get the fixture against Newcastle in midweek done under the caretaker charge of, I don't know who the caretaker manager is, I'm sorry, but they did win was it 4-0 yesterday against Brentford?
I think it was, yeah.
Um, and I think Unai will take over. I think his first game will be against Manchester United on Sunday. So there's a lot to take in there, mate. So let's reflect a little bit on his time as I just make myself a little drink because this is so impromptu. I haven't even got myself anything yet. Um, let's have a think about his time at Arsenal, shall we? Taking over at a time when Arsene Wenger left us
Our first,
after
our
20
first,
odd years.
our first change in management since 1997 or 96. Sorry.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think we've mentioned this before. Something Arsenal never really did was get rid of managers. Not really. Not if it, even in my lifetime of 40 plus years, I've not seen many. So Mr. Wenger left after that incredibly long spell, and he gets the blessing to Unai Emery. How did that go for us, mate?
Well, it started off
Well,
very well.
initially,
Well, I'd say started off. The first two games were not exactly good, but then again, Man City and Chelsea were always going to be tough games. But then we went on a fantastic winning streak. We seemed to do very well. And we was it 21, 22 games
I'm
unbeaten.
thinking 21 off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah,
21
like
off
the
the top of my head.
Undertaker. And yeah, but yeah, 21.
There we
We were
go.
21 and 0, 21 and 0. But
Then
then
the streak was over.
the streak ended against Southampton, sadly. And
How funny,
but,
how
but, but
appropriate
back
from
to that
yesterday.
winning form, we were brilliant. The win against Tottenham, especially, that was absolutely
Stands out in my
fantastic.
mind. Yeah,
And
yeah,
that is a
definitely.
game that always sticks in my memory. I was very tempted to put that in for my Desert Island Kickabouts, but I didn't in the end.
It would have been a
But yeah,
strong choice.
yeah,
Because
just
we
just
actually
because
play.
it felt like a new era. It felt like a new
Yeah,
Arsenal era under Unai Emery. But then, ever since we lost to Southampton, it wasn't really the same.
yeah,
We got battered by Liverpool again, and we got battered in the Europa League. And then at the start of the following season, it kind of went to pieces. And
yeah. It
I think it
certainly
was a
did.
loss against Frankfurt in the Europa League. A
Yeah,
day later, Emery was given the boot.
yeah. And to be fair, it wasn't really a surprise, was it? Because the fan base was very very divided from the last ebb of Wenger's reign, and then it sort of continued on from my mind. Maybe that initial run, yeah, I think everyone was happy. Then you see cracks appearing, and it was almost untenable quite quickly.
Yeah, we lost a run of games. And uh, when Emery got sacked, I did find it surprising, considering it's,
Mm,
as you said, it's rare for Arsenal to get rid
mm.
of managers like that. Only twice in my entire life have Arsenal, well,
Wow.
for the first time in my entire life, Arsenal sacked their manager.
It's- now you're making me feel old because I
I'm
remember
so sorry.
I remember the day very very vividly when Arsenal sacked George Graham, and I remember I was at my mum and dad's house and I was listening to it on the Radio 5 Live, and it was a match day against Nottingham Forest. I remember this so clearly, and it was such a weird experience. I don't know how the other fans from other clubs deal with it, especially Chelsea. In fairness, who seem to change
They're
their
used to it.
manager, like, and it's gone again.
Mm,
But
mm,
so with Villa as they are at the moment, now they came off the emphatic win, should we say, against Brentford yesterday,
mm.
with Unai in charge imminently, right? How do you think they will progress? How do you think Unai will get the playing?
With Aston Villa, they have they are, despite their form with Gerrard at the helm this season, they are a very good team. They have got good players. Douglas Luiz at the top of my head, who was heavily linked with us in the latter stages of the transfer window. You
Yeah,
know, they can be, when they turn up, as we've seen against Brentford, a threat. And they are quite a decent team. I think with a manager like Unai Emery, that is quite a coup for them, because he's a winner. He's won the Europa League time and again, not with Arsenal though, sadly, but with Sevilla and
nearly.
Villarreal. He can win trophies. He's got European football experience. For a team like Aston Villa to get someone like Emery, that is quite high profile.
It's high profile, that's for
Mm.
sure. And I'll give him his due. He got us to the Europa final.
Mm.
Yeah, lest we say that about that match against Chelsea, the better
Mm.
probably.
But
But
he's got good
he got there.
experience in getting to these types of finals. Got good experience in Europe, as I said. And that Aston Villa team can
Mm.
easily get to the top half of the table.
Oh yeah, comfortably. Totally
Mm,
100% agree with you. If you from goalkeeper, I think you probably realise that I love it. Um, little oh goodness me, his name's just gone out of my head. Emmy Martinez. So
yeah, yeah, they're
I tell you what,
reunited.
I tell you what, I'm so frazzled. This how this has developed in the last little like 20 minutes or something.
Mm,
Do you know what? I should probably give credit to who was it who
mm.
broke it on Twitter? Was it Fabrizio? Wasn't it
It was
Fabrizio Romero?
probably the
Yeah,
Sean Ross of football.
absolutely.
Mm,
And within us literally with the countdown clock running on us, that it was
mm.
confirmed he was taking over. So yeah, if you go from goalkeeper, you got I think Tyrone Mings actually pretty decent defender.
Yep.
Had a good
Danny
really
Ings,
Danny Ings, Ollie
Leon Bailey.
Watkins,
Like it's yeah,
Coutinho as well,
yeah.
who's
Like
you know he
this
might be a little
team.
out of form, but they're good players, aren't they?
Yeah, but when under a new manager and under someone like Emery, who I think is, compared to Steven Gerrard and how he did, they're going to be a different class, with all due respect. And I
Yeah,
think that team, particularly players like Danny Ings and Leon Bailey, under the coaching of an experienced manager like Emery, that this team are definitely one to watch out for.
that's the thing as well. We're talking about a manager that's been doing this for a fairly long time and
Mm,
quite successful, particularly in other countries.
yeah.
So and if you consider his Europa League success as well,
Mm,
is it's I would say it's quite a coup
yeah.
now. But in some ways, coming back to Premier League is definitely for
Yeah.
me
And
a surprise.
with respect to Aston Villa, comparing them to Villarreal and PSG, where Emery used to manage.
Yep.
It's a bit of a downgrade, with all due respect.
Yep.
Because teams like Sevilla and Villarreal are used to Europa League, that top 5, top 6 kind of football.
Yeah.
Aston Villa are a good team, but they've not been in the top half. Not since, well, they were when Martin O'Neill was the manager, not so long that time ago. But
Yes,
this
that's a while
time,
ago, mate.
I know, but
Yeah.
that was a while ago.
Yeah.
That was when James Milner played for them. That was when James Milner was good. This is ah, this this is different now, and
Yeah.
that Villa team can get back into the top half. They just need the right manager, and they may potentially have that.
And exactly. So they'll get through their fixture coming up over the weekend. Like we mentioned, they have Newcastle, who Unai was strongly linked with, wasn't he? With
Mm,
before Eddie Howe got the job over there at St James's Park. So
yes.
it'll be interesting to see how that plays. So they'll play that fixture. I don't know. I can't remember if I checked if it was home and away, the Man United fixture. Let's see if I can check. It's at Villa Park. It's Villa Park at 2 o'clock. Um,
Against an entirely unpredictable Man United team. That'll be an interesting
who's
fixture.
who seem to be in a little bit of turmoil themselves, especially with
Mm,
the. I mean, I watched about half an hour, the last half hour of the Chelsea game
yeah.
over this weekend. That game was bad to watch. I must say, I didn't enjoy watching it at all. I don't know how there was the 2 goals apart from some abysmal
I
defending.
watched the Man United match against Brentford
Hmm.
in August. Oh my good lord!
Well, that was an interesting game, wasn't it?
It was like watching uh, I was going to say the hare and the tortoise, but the tortoise won in the end. It was like a
It
race
did.
between a cheetah and a tortoise, and
Mm,
we all know which team was which. But this is not
exactly.
about Man United. This is about Mr. Good Evening Unai Emery. So,
Yes, indeed,
and we'll see how he does against an unpredictable United side.
indeed, indeed. So, having said all this, yeah, I don't think there's much more we can add on that right now. But what I do want to reflect on after just over 24 hours, I guess. Last time we spoke, really, mate, was the
Yeah.
was our hashtag chat along trademark, which is
Yep.
completely original and mine.
No one else has ever used that.
No, no one else at
Name
all.
redacted.
No, not at all, not at all.
No.
So, having had a chance to sort of comprehend everything that went down yesterday, 1-1 draw at Southampton. Now, is it the end of the world, like a lot of people on Twitter are suggesting, or is that somewhat of an overreaction?
Well, we'll see come the next game. I know that sounds like I'm sitting on the fence, but at the moment, no, I don't think it is the end of the world. We're still top of the league.
Mm-hmm.
You had uh, Tottenham. Of course, we're going to mention this. We had Tottenham dropping points against Newcastle. What a dear shame. And
Was.
you had Brighton as well, who are in the top 4, lose as well. Yes, to Man City,
Yeah.
which are also hot on our heels. But
No.
we're still top of the league regardless. And I do hope that isn't a knock on the players. And in our next game, we can pick up where we left off. Who are we playing next week? I need to
We
have a
are
look.
playing PSV Eindhoven on Thursday,
We're
and
playing
on
Nottingham
Nottingham
Forest.
Forest,
Playing Nottingham Forest
the early kickoff. I'm not
on
sure it's
Sunday. Yeah.
televised. It's certainly not on Sky Sports because I checked that briefly just a moment
Okay.
ago. Um, and,
It
and
might be on BT Sport. Maybe I don't know.
well, I tell you what. As we keep on talking, I'll see if I can find it because I know where I can find it. It'll be on
Hmm.
the Premier League
Hmm.
official fantasy football kind of app. So I will have a little nose around there. Uh, so I don't think it is, but I'm going to keep checking, not chatting, checking. No, I don't think it is anywhere. I don't think it is. No, because
It's on a
BT are
Sunday
covering.
because of the Europa League thing.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
BT are covering Leicester versus Man City for what it's worth.
Ah.
And yeah, so and the big game, of course, over the weekend televised is Man United versus West Ham, who are in action this evening and currently a 0-0 against Bournemouth. So, where should we go now? I tell you where we'll go now. Now, a lot of suggestions. Did you see this morning on Sky Sports, where they, on the back of our first draw of our Premier League campaign, was the suggestion was, is fatigue playing a part in Arsenal's lack of form? Where do you go with
Well,
that?
I say they're saying lack of form already, even though it's one game. We've just dropped points. Definitely, the media definitely don't have an agenda against us. Definitely not,
Of course
and they
not.
definitely don't support Liverpool. So we we no, I think it's only one game, and they are right to be for us to be concerned about fatigue, because I'll be honest, we don't have that much squad depth. I think particularly on the left wing.
Yeah.
When we do not have a backup for Bukayo Saka. You could say Marquinhos, but is he a I don't. Is he a viable backup
I've seen him on
option?
the right hand side.
Greatest respect. Oh, so he's on the right. So we don't have a backup left winger.
Well,
That's
ESR's out for goodness
hmm,
knows how long after his injury woes at the start of the season, which
yeah,
is a big worry for me. I must say,
it
I worry
is,
about the kid, to be
because we
honest, because
usually
he's got such talent, and he
hmm,
can play anywhere on that front line for me, and
and I'm a big fan of him.
yeah, exactly. And you worry, you kind of worry long term about him as well. But there's
Hmm.
part in my back of my head that really worries about his long term future. I'll be honest.
Well, I think there are some players who they pick up an injury, and then when they return, they're never the same.
Yeah,
I hope that isn't the case for ESR, because
yeah,
he is a great asset to the squad.
yeah, absolutely. And best wishes to Emil Smith Rowe.
Absolutely.
He's a good lad. Do you know what? Arsenal don't give out that number 10 shirt to anyone willy nilly, do they? So
No.
hopefully they see a big future in it. Oh, I really hope so. We've got a comment in there, mate. Let me just see who that is.
Good heavens above. Is it from Lee Meadows, who left a comment last time?
Actually, it isn't. It's
Oh, well, I
from.
never.
Who's that? Oh, my
Zoe
word.
Marie.
Zoe
Hello.
Marie. Hello, Zoe. It is lovely to see you, mate. I will explain who that is to you after this stream, mate.
Well, it's nice to
Thank you.
see you in the chat.
It is lovely to have you there, mate. Thank you for being here, and don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe. This is actually my personal YouTube channel, so
Hmm.
hope we are looking to launch Guna Gathering very soon. As soon as we can get the buttons to press right. It's nice to hear you chatting about Arsenal. Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Hmm.
Where have you been? I've got to say that, mate. But yeah, we shall keep chatting about Arsenal for a little while. And it's always fun to talk Arsenal with you as well, mate. I must say, it's just
It always is. Both supporters of the club.
there you
Nice to
go.
talk
Look,
about it.
look at that. Hubby's a big Arsenal fan.
Hobby's a big Arsenal fan. Good on him.
And he knows what he's doing in the football, then, doesn't he? As well as
Hmm.
picking a lovely wife. Oh,
He has good taste.
definitely. That's she'll like that. I'm sure she will. That's thrown me. I just see that name come up there. That's thrown me completely. But we'll keep on going. We'll keep on going. So, do we think on the back of that result yesterday, how do you think our team lineup might change in result of the PSV game for Thursday?
I think Fabio Vieira might start. Maybe I don't know. Marquinhos might. I'm not sure. He might be on the bench again. Um, maybe. What else would you? What else would you see? Because that's a name that's sticking out in my mind already. Um, Maybe
Bring up
Nketiah might get a run in.
for Jesus, is you thinking?
Perhaps, or he might play on. I don't know. He might play on the wing. He did that a couple of times, didn't he?
He did. He did. I mean, the suggestion that
But
I've seen is
mm,
that Jesus. I mean, obviously he's got the number 9 shirt. He's obviously the main
yeah,
striker and everything. But the thinking that I've got is, are we relying on him too much? And is he beating himself up for the fact that he's not
mm,
put the ball away in the net since
yeah,
the Spurs game?
yeah. So could he potentially sit out in the PSV game? Considering if we win, we get through to the last 16. It will be good to have a strong team. Um, it's just it's the tired legs we need to worry about, especially for the Nottingham Forest game on Sunday.
The longer term is what I was thinking of. Absolutely
Yeah.
right, mate. Absolutely right. So I'm thinking in terms of squad management. I'm
Mm.
thinking, pretty much sure that they're going to have a few changes. I'm pretty sure the likes of Rob Holding will get a start. Matt
Oh
Turner
God,
was
yes.
we mentioned
Forgot
Matt
about him. Rob Holding,
just
yes.
before we
Mm.
started yesterday. Who had another good game over there.
Yeah.
Um, is there anybody else? And Zoe says, "We will win. I'm so chuffed how Arsenal are doing this far."
I
Yes,
know.
and
It's shocking.
it's quite funny to see after a 1-1 draw away from home against
Hmm.
the, you know, we even said this, didn't we? Right at the start of the game, this
Yeah.
is
They
not
can
going to
mix
be
it
a
up a bit.
walkover. Decent
And
side Southampton.
mm,
Um, how
there's no such
divided
thing
all
as
of a
an easy
sudden.
game in the Premier League.
Precisely,
Mm,
precisely. Surprises can happen all the time. We've seen it
yeah.
many times.
Mm.
So yeah, that's where we are with that. Now, where else should we go? Where would you like to talk about from now? Is there anything that you, I mean, for the PSV game, I'll say this: I wouldn't be surprised to see not only well, it'll be a strong lineup, but it'll be a little rotated lineup with the
Yeah.
addition of a few younger players probably on the bench.
A
You
bit
think?
like our previous Europa League games.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I think that's what we should all expect from that. I would like to talk if we're going to move the conversation along a little bit. There's something that has
Mm.
come into my little noggin over there.
Yeah.
I think we should probably talk about Charlie Patino a little bit.
Okay.
Now,
That's a name. Yes, I
it,
remember.
it is a name. Um, I just wanted to bring up the fact that the lad did ever so well again against Blackpool for Blackpool over the weekend.
Okay.
Are you
I did
familiar
not know.
with
I did
this?
not know that. How did
The
he
lad
do
was on the
then?
score sheet again.
That is promising.
The Blackpool fans are absolutely endearing him to their hearts. I've even seen a tweet today saying, "Dear Arsenal, Charlie Patino isn't that good. I think we should keep him at Blackpool for a good few years. What do you think? Wink,
Mm.
wink, say no more." Um, a young talent that has really shone over there with the Tangerines, and it's nice to see making the
Mm.
same sort of journey as Emil Smith Rowe did over at Huddersfield.
Yeah, look, let's not get too carried away of just one game because the playing style and with all due respect, the talent from in is it League One or League Two Blackpool are in, or in the
I'll double check
Championship?
that if I can.
Yeah, I think they're in
Just just bear with me a couple of seconds. I'll see if I can find them.
near worries, pal.
But the lad is doing well, and I
Hmm.
think it's nice just to keep tabs
They're in
on
the
the
Championship,
nice. That's
Blackpool.
a good level to play at them.
That is a good level.
It was
I thought Blackpool were in League
Preston.
One for some reason. But yeah, I think
I think they just got promoted, if I'm right.
yeah. So the amount of players. I'm not. Yeah, I'll go with the talent with the greatest respect in
Mm,
terms of the comparison between Championship and Premier League players.
yeah,
There is a difference. That's what I'm trying to say. So
yeah.
let's not get too carried away with how Patino does and say, oh yeah, he can easily play for us. He can easily be a great Premier League player, But
He's
it's
got the
promising signs
potential.
of his development.
He has had a goal and he had an assist to his name against Preston North End over the weekend. Talking of other players who are out and about on loan at the moment, I understand that Nicolas Pepe put away a penalty for Lyon. I want to say, I think that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, he's continuing his good run of putting the ball in the net over there.
Well,
In the league, he's done very well in the past.
yes. It's a shame he never did that. He didn't do that for us recently.
Yeah,
But no, it's good to see him do well at another club, and we do need a backup for Saka. So if he does do very well, then that's again promising signs. If this is about Blackpool, they're in the Championship. Zoe, I just checked.
I think Zoe's referring to how Arsenal were doing and being the first in the league. That's what I think she's talking about.
Of course, yes.
So yeah, absolutely right. So first in first in the Premier League, first in your Europa League group. So
I know. I'm. He's like I'm getting. I keep getting nosebleeds. That's how. You
I'll
know.
say this to you as well, and we have got a 100% win record in the WSL at the moment as well, after coming
I
off a
mean,
fantastic
you
result
know,
against
our
Liverpool on Sunday.
rankings are as high as Rob Van Dam and Matt Riddle in a room together. It is fantastic.
We've never been higher, mate.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know how you got a Van Damme reference in there, but you've done a brilliant job on that, mate.
I think you know what I was talking about.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh,
Anywho,
yeah, our form is high at the moment.
absolutely, and long may that continue. Um, so what else can we talk about, or would you like to end it there on this breaking news stream? Let's go back to the start and let's talk about Emery again, shall we? Emery about
Yes,
to take over at Aston Villa. A big
yes,
surprise, a big challenge,
it is.
but it's a challenge he might do well in.
It'll be
But
interesting because I have said my praises over that Aston Villa team. Steven Gerrard couldn't do it with them this season, but with a manager like Emery and a team that as promising as that, it will be interesting to see how they do and how much of a threat they can be.
yeah, and
As long as Emery doesn't beat us again, then that's fine by me.
yeah, I'll settle with that. That's for sure. That's for sure. So I think as an impromptu stream goes, that's half hour. Bobby Brown has just got in touch with me.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, I
He...
know. Not that one. The one from Cannon Chatter.
The
I
moment
mean,
you
dude,
saw a glimmer in my eye there. You know I was gonna get a niche reference in there,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
the nichest one I've done.
And you win the award for the week, sir. But
Thank you.
yeah, so transparency. I reached out to a couple of the Cannon Chat lads,
Hmm.
and unfortunately Bobby is at work and Jay's at the cinema. So
Well,
date night with the missus. So God bless them.
I wish
I
them well.
hope.
I do hope one day to be in a video involving them. They're brilliant people. I've seen
And
them in action on Canon Chatter and the like. So, they're good people.
and that is a really nice way to kind of end this.
Mm,
If it wasn't for Stephen G, uh, who were the founders of Canon Chatter,
mm.
I certainly wouldn't be doing this. I certainly wouldn't have the confidence to lead an interview segment like this. This has been a weird run this
Mm,
year, I must say, but
mm.
I'm enjoying the journey. I'm looking forward to when we can properly officially start on our Guna Gathering channel. And
Yes.
yeah, you'll definitely be able to keep tabs of what we're doing. But I just remembered I have this here, so you can make sure you. Obviously, Zoe's been leaving a comment. Anyone else can do the same. Consider following us on Twitter at Goonerly Meads, at Posh Bertie, at Guna Gathering for our company account, which is obviously going to make millions
And millions.
of great English pounds. Um, on a very impromptu evening, which has been a very odd and very rushed. I don't think I've been so rushed since my Canon Chatter debut on January 31st over when I started over there and started this YouTube journey. Thank you so much for being here. And this has been a lot of fun. So, cheers, everyone. I hope to have an end video coming up very soon. But meantime, we shall just sing it.
Oh, that might
See you
make
later,
people dizzy.
guys.
I shouldn't do that. Good night.
See you later. Good night.
See you later.